if you consider studying at NTC, nothing about you will ever be a barrier, whether you struggle with mental health or whether you have any learning support needs or anything. The college are always here to help you, and at the end of the day, we're here to see you through the experience of knowing God deeper, and that is truly beautiful. My time at NTC has been quite life-changing. I came into NTC as a young 18-year-old, just sort of didn't experience much of the world. I was living in Scotland at the time. My intention was to study a degree in youth work and theology. So I had a faith crisis in 2019, and I realized I had a lot of questions about faith and life and the gospel and Jesus, and I think I realized at that point in time that I kind of wanted to delve deeper into the Bible in a way that I could do more in the theology pathway. The process was really easy to switch. Heidi was really wonderful in helping me with that. I found the community here so incredibly vibrant. The place was wonderful, and the fact that it had on-site accommodation just made it the place for me. So I didn't really consider any other universities, and I got an acceptance letter and just thought, yeah, this is the place. It felt like home, and it just felt right. So I did my undergrad in BA Theology, and it had a range of classes, plenty of electives, so I could sort of customize it to my heart's content, really. I took a lot of biblical studies classes, which I absolutely adored with every inch of my being. I found sort of the Old Testament classes with Samuel incredibly world-opening, because in church you don't get taught a lot about the Old Testament besides its fulfillment in Jesus, and I love the refreshing aspect of reading the Old Testament on its own terms. As well as that, I really enjoyed the theology classes with Steve Wright and Jacob Lett. They always left me in awe of God, and at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. I found my experience at college to be really helpful for my faith life. Morning prayers was just a beautiful time to just set the tone for the day of worship and of reflection upon God. I found the experience of chapels just really amazing, just hearing different lecturers and other students preach and getting to be part of a worshiping community that's made up of people from all sorts of different denominations and walks of life. Experience worship in new ways and have new perspectives on God that I hadn't encountered before. I chose to stay at NTC and do a master's because at the end of third year, I just couldn't picture myself apart from this community. It was just so deeply life-changing that I wanted more. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to experience sort of that deeper learning, and as well as that, find a deeper expression of faith in my learning as well. It weirdly didn't seem possible. I wasn't able to get a student loan, but in many ways a lot of people had my back and supported me financially, and I can only really attribute that to God in many ways. Yeah, it was the right choice, and I grew in so many ways through doing the Masters that I wouldn't have ever expected. Yeah, I love the learning experience of doing the Masters. It's quite a different format from undergraduate. So instead of lectures, you have seminars, and you simply just read texts and sit together and discuss them. It's beautiful. I was sort of brought up in quite a narrow faith tradition and found that when I entered NTC, it was a bit of a culture shock. But there were plenty of other students there to help me through that, and it was, yeah, really, really helpful. At the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing to be able to learn sort of ways of believing that are outside your own, and as well as that, to express your faith in new ways.